This is what I think a biscuit made out of Tessera grain would look like. I'm Mindy, and I love making food from books, and I am making all of the food that is referenced in the Hunger Game novels. And in the books, Katniss describes the bread that they make from Tessera grain as flat, dense loaves. That's chapter 1. And in chapter 7, when Peeta is going through all of the different styles of bread from the districts, Katniss refers to District 12's bread as ugly drop biscuits that are the standard fare at home. So in my last video, I went into my theory of what the Tessera grain was, which is I think that the Capitol was taking wheat flour and adding in byproducts from the flour making process. They were adding in wheat bran and wheat germ to add in extra fiber and protein, but they were adding it in larger proportions than we would consider palatable so that they would add nutrition for people who are going out and working in the fields, who are working in the coal mines. So they will have extra nutrition because they are relying on that grain for a lot of their food, but it's not going to taste that good. And so I made 2 different kinds of biscuits. I used an Irish soda bread recipe or an Irish soda bread biscuit recipe. I made one with white flour, and then I made one with my flour mix. It called for 2 cups of flour, so I put in 1.5 cups of whole wheat flour and then 1/4 cup of wheat germ and 1/4 cup of wheat bran. And based on my research, just trying to understand like how much would you normally put in to supplement without ruining the taste of things, that's too much. But I think that that's what the Capitol was doing. So I have 2 different types of biscuits here. This one I've already tried, and it's very good. It tastes quite good. I enjoyed it thoroughly. But this one I have not yet tried. And my guess is it's not going to taste quite as good. It's a little crumbly, but which also fits. This is definitely coarser. It tastes far more like a bran muffin. The recipe I used, I think, had more sugar than I would probably choose if I made it again. Also, probably more sugar than residents of the Seam would be willing to sacrifice, that Katniss's family would have been willing to sacrifice to a biscuit. But yeah, I think that's close. I would even maybe venture a guess that they would use even more wheat germ and wheat bran. So that's my theory of what the Capitol was doing with Tessera grain. And they were loading it down with nutritional additives without concern for what does it taste like, because the Capitol doesn't care what the districts think of their food. And so they got something that was nutritious, but not the most delicious. I'm very excited about the next video because the next video is the bread that Peeta threw Katniss with raisins and nuts. And so I am really looking forward to that.